This is episode 1, Heartworm. For privacy reasons, names, events, and details will not be disclosed. I will only be talking about me and the steps I took to heal. Getting broken up with in October was probably one of the most soul-crushing things I had experienced in a while. My abandonment issues were filling my head with these intrusive thoughts, and my attachment issues were preventing me from moving on, constantly replaying the events of our relationship and eventual breakup in my head. I mean, I've had flings here and there, and they would usually fizzle out or end on mutual terms, but this was the first time that I had felt genuine, pure love for somebody, and the first time that I had been broken up with. The first week of the breakup was definitely the hardest. At first, I refused to eat, shower, or really talk to anyone. I would just lay in bed on my tear-stained pillow and just cry for hours on end, wondering how things went awry so fast. I remember laying in bed a few days after the breakup, picking out a piece of peach pie that my roommate had actually brought me from the dining hall and sobbing to my therapist, screaming about how disposable, worthless, and betrayed I had felt. It felt like I had hit this new emotional low, and I was angry, not at myself and not at them, but at the world. I would say things along the lines of, "You are such a damn failure, and you do not deserve love," to myself, hoping that if I had beat myself down enough that it would help me make sense of the situation that I was in. It took everything within me to not go back to my maladaptive coping mechanisms of self-harm, overworking, and addiction, things that were effective in the past but really, really harmful in the long run. There were all ways I used to distract myself or run away from my problems in the past, which only led to bigger problems down the line. And so instead, I opted to do nothing at first. Nothing at that point was better than hurting myself. After the first few days, I knew I needed to do something because I needed to start somewhere. With my godsend of a therapist on the phone, he accompanied me on my first small goals, that being leaving my room, going to the bathroom, and then going outside for some sunshine. Now, these goals may seem small, but at the time they seemed absolutely insurmountable. I cried the entire way to the bathroom, which was only a few feet down the hall. And many times I actually tried to give up and go back to my room, despite my throbbing bladder. But my therapist helped me through it, telling me about how relieved and proud I would feel after I went to the bathroom, and that I did. Right after, I immediately went outside, knowing that if I had gone back to my room, I was not going to leave. The sunshine felt warm and nice, but it also felt kind of foreign, because even though it physically felt like a good day, I was emotionally still very much fucked up. From that moment on, things started to look up. I had taken the first week to feel my feelings and take care of my basic needs. I didn't go to class and I didn't socialize. And though it was tough watching all my fellow Berkeley students carrying their backpacks to lectures or eating lunch outside with their friends, deep down, I was proud of myself and happy that I didn't let myself down. Healing is a very, very hard thing to do, but taking that first step, no matter how minuscule it may seem, whether that be acknowledging that you're in pain or going out for a walk and getting some fresh air, is the most important part of it. Wallowing, going for toxic coping mechanisms, or ignoring your issues is just going to drag you down into deeper waters. Does that mean that everything had just become a steady incline and that I was getting better day by day? Not exactly. See, I'm still hurting over it, and probably will be for a good long time. My emotions and mental health have actually been fluctuating, where there are days where I can go about my day relatively decently, and other days where I'm basically completely debilitated with pain and sorrow. And I'm not going to invalidate how I feel, because I feel sad and for good reason. But knowing that there are decent days and there will continue to be more makes it all worth it. Often, I still find myself feeling worthless and stupid at times, falling in love so hard and giving so much of myself. But I have to remind myself that that just speaks to my character. I am unconditionally loving. At times, I might even go as far as to say that this breakup was necessary despite how painful it was and how sometimes I don't even want to fully let go yet. It was a bit of a wake-up call for me that I need to flourish and grow on my own. And honestly, I have grown from this situation. And if I'm being frank, I hold absolutely no resentment against them. At times, I honestly wish that I could, because it would make moving on and getting over them a whole lot easier, but I cannot and I will not. They taught me a lot and had given me insights on things that I had known before, and for that I'm thankful. I do miss them, and I do still have love for them, and even though what happened did hurt me, I wish them all the best on their future endeavors, and hopefully our paths cross again somewhere down the road. But in the meantime, here's my new goal. It's probably one of the biggest tasks I have ever had to take on, but it's essential for me, and I'm guessing for a lot of you too. I need to fall in love with myself, as you need to fall in love with yourself. Not in a cocky way, of course, but in a self-love way. Only then can I truly heal and come out of this better. Take care, and remember, you deserve all the happiness in the world. This is Rachel, signing off. I am a hobbledehoy. Bye! Dude, that was so good. If these cars weren't vrooming past me.
Flowers filled with buzzing bees and places we
Bruh.
neon lights shine bold and bright. Buildings go a dizzying height.
Dude, shut up. Every time I talk, that bird is just like
and places we